what we have here is a pristine 2001 SS Ute. It's the VU Series 2, LS1, 6-speed T56. It's not bad, isn't it? So it's in the gold or orange, depending on which way you look at it from. Pretty clean. We've got some nice, I believe they're, I don't know what they are. They're some sort of cheap and cheerful wheel, of course. That's just the way I like it. And come over, have a look. It's got the tonneau cover, tourne, depends. Yeah, go with that. I've also got some lowering springs on it, I believe. Not sure which ones because I didn't get told about it. Pretty much, but that's okay. They seem they're working. They aren't broken yet, so they can't be eBay ones at least. Come around to the back. What we've got is a tow bar. So it's clean, it's stock, it's completely standard. So the exhaust is super quiet. Not really too much to it. Let's have a bit of a look at the back, shall we? Ah, lovely. Just the way I like it. There you are. Alright, come around here. It's just a standard SS Ute. It's not much to it, but it's clean. Have a quick gaze inside, or not. It's pretty clean inside. It's got the thanks. So it's got the leather seat option, which was a factory option. Very expensive, I've heard, and I'm just going to go with that. It's got a nice head unit in the back. What else? It's pretty standard inside, clean, but effective. Come over here. What else do we have? I'm trying to point out like dents and stuff in this car and show you to them, but it doesn't have any because it's so clean, if you know what I mean. I'll pop the bonnet and give you a bit of a taste. You ready? Ready for what's under here? Huh? There you are. No, there you go. So what we have here is just a LS1 out of it's the same as the VT, which is the sedan obviously, but the VT and the VU, which is the Ute version of the VT, just pretty standard, not much to it. Starts up, works. Got a few problems with it, but we'll get into that in the next video, so stay tuned for later. Come over here, have a quick look on the driver's seat. There's a little bit of grass because I was at the farm earlier just shearing some sheep. It came factory with a beautiful RM Williams steering wheel cover, which I'm quite a big fan of, and I'm definitely going to keep. It's worth a lot of money. I could sell it on eBay for at least $100. Came with the orange dials, which adds to the sort of, would you call it nostalgia? Almost, but I like it. That's the most important thing. And there you are on the dials, you'll see it's done 266,000 Ks, which for a car that's done 266,000 Ks, I think it's pretty clean, to be fair. But yeah. Yeah. Alright, how did I buy it? Good question. So I bought it mainly to keep this as my daily driver, and then E46, which is right here, to sort of clean up and make it pretty tasty, to put it one way. And interpret that how you will. Either way, it's going to be good. And so this is going to be my daily driver, as well as I've got a few bikes. Just want to get back into them. And with this, obviously, you can just chuck the bike in the back. No questions asked. Go out to the track, have a good time, come home. Bob's your uncle. There's no need for a trailer, but I can tow a trailer because you know it's got the big V8. But that's why I bought it. Funny story about where and how I bought it. I've been looking for a couple of weeks for a couple of litres, looking at the VUs, the VYs, the VZs. Sort of preferred the VZs. They're like the last one before the VE, so this sort of, not sort of shape, but the VEs are very boxy. They're completely different. But so I was looking for mainly the VY and the VZs, but then essentially this one popped up on a Thursday, and then on Friday called the bloke up, had a bit of a chinwag with him, and then it was mine Friday afternoon. It was too good of a deal to just let pass. So I snatched it up pretty quickly. So that's how it sort of came about, as well as how quickly it came about. So yeah, should I tell them how much I paid for it? I'm not sure if I want to. Comment below how much you think I paid for it. Winner gets a free sticker. That brings me on to my next point. We're gonna be making some merch. You know, just to start off with, couple stickers. You know, everyone loves a bit of a sticker. I love a good one. Go over here. I love B&W apparently, which I didn't know was there, but I do apparently. We've got a nice Japanese sticker that's been here for a little while. Oh, let's get rid of that. So we'll get some stickers on the go. I don't know what that is. It's quite faded, but I like it. There's one over there. That one's been there. That one's holding up. Wow, holding up very well. Yeah, so we'll get some stickers, and then you'll be able to buy them. Description in the click on the link below, and then we'll go from there. Anyway, so that's it pretty much. That's the Ute. That's the new car. That's why I bought it. Well, I'm showing my bike quickly, just because. You want to have a look at that. So it's pretty messy in here. We've got a few projects on the go, as I'm sure you can probably tell. Not enough time. Anyway, so this is it. This is a Honda CRF 250R. Had this for ages, 4 years, 5 years, something like that. Needs a bit of work. I need to do the valve clearances on it. Not really sure where they are, but on these you have to do them every about 15 hours. Yeah, needs new tyre. These little plastic pieces here fell off, which is really good. So I've got them. So I might buy some new guards, but then again, I'm thinking of buying a whole new plastics kit for this bike, and then getting a new sticker kit, just to sort of freshen up a little bit, because it's looking a little bit tired, as well as a new back tyre, because I just don't get that traction, yo. Yeah, so this is the bike, and I just want to get into it pretty much. So that's why I've got the Ute. This is secret. It's secret. Don't show this. Oh, too much.
A bit of a peek in there.
Too much. No.
Oh.
Too much. Can't show this. So that's it. That's what I've got. That's what I know. That's why I bought it. So what else was I looking at? You know, if I didn't buy an SS, what were the options? So the options were an SS, an SS, an SS, or an XR8. And the reason for that is because the XR8s are this sort of equivalent. They're BA and BF. More so probably the BA compared to the VU. And the VY, VZ, BF Series 2. You sort of get the deal, you know what I mean? But I don't like them. You know why I don't like them? Ford. Failed on race day. Essentially, the engine's a bit finicky. It's hard to sort of maintain and work on. Well, it's not hard to, it's just expensive too. Parts are expensive. Somewhat of a rare engine, as in it's only in that one car. What was that noise? Don't worry about it. Okay. Yeah, so there's like, as in they're only ever in like Falcon XR8s, whereas the LS platform's in everything. It's in, especially from the US, Camaros, Stingrays, like Z28 Camaro from like the 99 to 2000 and what, 2. Then there was the Firebird, which is the LS6. But then as well as, so there's LS1, LS2, LS3, LS4, which is front wheel drive, which is, don't buy that thing, especially if you're watching this from the States, don't buy that thing. If you got one, comment below, you know, how is it? I want to know actually. But essentially the LS platform you can sort of build a lot of things like Lego. You can put bits and pieces, swap them around, parts easy. It's such a small engine as well, considering its capacity, and they're cheap. Like, classic example of this, an oil pump, which is going to get into the next video. An oil pump for this car, brand new, from GM, shipped to your door is $170, which I was actually astounded by how cheap that was. An oil pump for this car here is close to $700, and that's not even from BMW, that's from some aftermarket supplier. So it gives you sort of context as to how cheap the LS is to build and why it's so popular. Yeah, so that's sort of why. The LS was a big sort of talking point as to why I bought it, compared to like a dual overhead cam Ford, like the XR8s. Like, they're a good car. I've spent a bit of time working on them. I've rebuilt 2 of the Boss 260 engines, so like I know a bit about them, which is why you'd think I'd probably go for one of those, considering I don't know this. But I just wanted to try something new, and I did. Yeah, that's it. Tune into the next video, and we'll talk about the mods that I'm going to do to this car, as well as what's actually wrong with it, because it's got a few issues. It's got a few issues, I'm not going to lie, which is why it was such a good deal. But anyway, next video, tune into that, alright? See you later.